begins and ends in Quiles. Emperor of Brazil, King of Portugal. In the century we live in, where people are no longer easily fooled, it is the duty of kings to earn the respect of their subjects due to their good qualities rather than to their birth, which is worth nothing in the free world. Dom Pedro Carta de Maria II, Porto, 18th July, day 1832. Porto, 18th July, 1832. His good qualities were his own, his bad owing to want of education, and no man was more sensible of that defect than himself. Charles Napier, 1836, Admiral of the Squadron. A man of two continents, his life was always divided between Portugal and Brazil. So, we are talking about Pedro de Alcântara of Bragança and Bourbon. He was born and spent his childhood in the royal palace of Quiles through to the age of 9, when he accompanied his parents and 7 siblings to Brazil as the Napoleonic invasion swept the country, 1807. He would also later die in Quiles in the same Don Quixote room of his birth on 24th September 1834. A man of two continents, his life was always divided between Portugal and Brazil, whose independence he led and where he spent 2/3 of his life. He left an indelible and on occasion dramatic mark on the course of events in these two formerly conjoined nations, the first Emperor of Brazil, 1822, and King of Portugal, 1826. He abdicated the 2 crowns in Portugal. He was perceived as a foreigner, whilst in Brazil, he was too Portuguese. On both sides of the Atlantic, his sons, Pedro II, a child emperor at the age of 5, 1831, and Maria II, the 15-year-old adolescent queen, 1834, continued this legacy with stable kingdoms enacting reforms to become more modernist regimes. There are only rare examples of lives as brief and as politically intense as that of the Duke of Bragança, whose energies and health were literally drained in striving for the objectives that he himself imposed in favor of liberty and liberal ideas. A charismatic and passionate man, he also displayed such facets in his private life, leaving numerous descendants on both sides, inside and outside of wedlock. Despite the physical distance, he was an attentive and concerned father, as demonstrated by the correspondence he constantly maintained with his children. Throughout all of his life, Pedro knew how to surround himself with a range of influential personalities, even while ensuring he retained the overall capacity for decision-making. Obstinate and ambitious, contrary to his father King João VI, he always maintained a personally based attitude, on occasion acting impulsively. He was above all a man of causes, who, as a defender of constitutional freedoms, knew how much to break with the past and understood the prevailing zeitgeist. Dom Pedro, Duke of Bragança,